What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you back on the channel. On today's episode, we'll be comparing and contrasting the lettered and number sizing logics. As a fashion brand, you'll need to make a decision on how you're going to size your collection. On today's episode, we'll compare and contrast both logics and give you guys the tools needed to identify which of the two ways of determining your sizing sets is going to be the right direction for your company and is going to make sense for your end consumer. Hey guys, and welcome to Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. Although some brands have the luxury of employing a one-size-fits-all approach to their garments, chances are when you're starting off and you don't have a clear idea of who your end customer is, you'll need to make a decision before your production begins on how you're going to approach your sizing. And ultimately, you'll want to offer a broad range of sizes that can give your customers the flexibility to pick and choose which fit best suits them. You'll make a decision early on, and as you grow to know your customers, their needs, and what sizes are most in demand for your customers, you'll be able to adjust your sizing specs accordingly. As we mentioned, when it comes to sizing logics, there are two key players. On one hand, we have the numeric sizing logic, and on another hand, we have the lettered sizing logic. When it comes to numeric sizing, this is essentially a number size run with a numeric range, where as you grow or you increase the number, you're essentially increasing the size. For example, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, so on and so forth. A size 4 is naturally going to be a larger size than a size 2. That's the logic essentially. When it comes to your numeric sizing, one of the big caveats is different countries tend to have different sizing specs. A size 2 in Japan is not necessarily going to be equal to a size 2 in the UK. So this is definitely going to be something you have to consider. When it comes to your numeric sizing set, who is this for? Well, it all depends on your brand. You have to consider three key things. Who's your target customer? What is the image you're going for? And ultimately, can you afford to actually employ a numeric sizing set? A sizing set that offers a broader range of sizes is naturally going to be more expensive to produce. This is because you're going to have more patterns to create as you fine-tune your sizing for each of the numeric sizes. At the same time, you'll need to invest more into your packaging and into your trims to accommodate the necessary markers to delineate these sizes. So there's more money spent developing these patterns, more money spent actually creating the hang tags, the packages, and ultimately the labels that you'll need to identify each individual size. Your numeric sizing is going to be best employed if you offer garments that have to be fitted, so they have to fit quite closely to the body and they need to interact with the physique. And at the same time, a garment that is more geared towards formal use. These garments are going to generally be more expensive because they are more expensive to produce, so you're going to have to demand a higher price point because of that customization. At the same time, fabrics that don't offer a lot of stretch, such as suit fabrics, will benefit from this numeric sizing because they'll feel more tailored towards the customer. Think about when you've wanted to purchase a pair of leggings versus when you've wanted to purchase a suit. With a pair of leggings, if you're a small, you can pretty much fit into either an extra small or a medium. Obviously, it's not the ideal fit, but there is a lot more flexibility there. But if you are shopping for a suit, chances are if you're a size 10, you wouldn't be able to fit into a size 14. So this is something to definitely bear in mind because of the fabrics employed with suits and more fitted apparel. Getting that right fit and getting those micro adjustments is so important. So if you offer formal attire that needs to be fitted, then maybe consider numeric sizing. Whether you're doing dress shirts or you're offering a 3-piece suit, this is definitely something to consider. Besides the higher costs associated with setting up the patterns and the trims to create a numeric sizing set, one of the main drawbacks is that each size has a lower coverage of your entire customer subset. Whereas a size small may have been able to accommodate 25% of your customers, now a size 4 can only have the opportunity to maybe cover 5 to 10% of your customers' needs. So the trade-off here is you're getting a more customized fit, but you may end up with a larger risk of having many more sizes that have leftover stock. If numeric sizing is not the right option for you, what's your alternative? Well, it's quite simple. It's definitely one you've heard of before. This is your lettered sizing set. This is essentially the sizing logic that goes from extra small or 2XS to extra large, triple XL, whatever your sizing set is going to be. So you are accommodating your customers through extra small, small, medium, large. And the big benefit here is typically customers that are a small from one brand are going to be a small from another brand. There's more standardization. It doesn't depend as heavily on the country or the region. So this is one of the big advantages, and it's a universally understood system. At the same time, each of your letters is going to undoubtedly cover a wider range of customer sizes when you compare it to numeric. A customer that's either a 0 or a 2 in the numeric sizing logic is definitely going to be able to fit into an extra small, so you get more coverage there. When it comes to who the lettered sizing logic is for, like with numeric sizing, it all depends on your brand, your customers, and the price points that you're offering your products at. Definitely, when it comes to your products, if you're offering relaxed fit garments or garments that don't depend as heavily on tight or super accurate fits, then this is definitely going to be for you. At the same time, look at the materials you're using. If you're offering materials with a certain amount of stretch or flexibility, like you do in sportswear, then definitely numeric sizing is not going to be the best option. You're going to get a lot more bang for your buck when it comes to your lettered sizing. Because the garments are going to be able to stretch, they're going to be able to accommodate a wider range of sizes as you stretch them in the width or in the length direction. I liken this to when you have a legging. Someone who wears a size small legging can potentially fit into a size extra small because the fabric has a lot of stretch. It's going to be able to be flexible enough to accommodate those two sizes. This type of sizing logic is also associated with a lower cost. It's going to be more cost effective for you to implement. You're going to be able to cover a wider range of people within a smaller range of sizes. So not only are you going to have to develop less patterns, but you're also going to be able to develop less sizing, SKU tags, and ultimately you're just going to have to invest a lot less into the packaging and the customization of your packaging. So this is a great opportunity for you to reduce some of your costs. And if you're operating in a highly competitive market where your margins are much lower and you're operating on a much more mass market scale, then using lettered sizing just makes a lot of sense. One of the major advantages of a lettered sizing set is you get a higher coverage or a higher usage for each individual size that you offer. Unlike the numeric sizing where the fit is a lot more tailored towards a much more narrow subset of people, you get a lot more use out of your lettered sizing set. It's going to cover more body shapes because the grading between each pattern is going to be a little bit more extreme. So you're going to just get a lot more of that coverage. Your lettered sizing logic is definitely for more casual brands or markets. Don't feel the pressure to offer numeric sizing, especially in the sportswear space where you have the luxury of fabrics that stretch and are going to give you a lot more flexibility when it comes to how they fit on your customers. Yes, lettered sizing definitely does lack an attention to detail or that tailored feel that you get out of the more formal numeric sizing, but like I said, there's pros and cons with everything, and it ultimately depends on where you intend to take your brand. For sportswear, I definitely recommend a lettered sizing set. Like I said, the mix of the more casual vibe of sportswear in general, the more give that you get out of the flexibility of sportswear fabrics just lends itself to a lettered sizing logic. It just makes sense, and ultimately you can save a lot of money and a lot of headache going down that route. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you feel like you have a better understanding of these two sizing logics, please consider smashing a thumbs up below. It really helps us to get this video out there and let a lot more people see it and benefit from it. If you guys enjoyed these types of very specific business-oriented videos, especially for fashion brands and sportswear design, let us know in the comments below what similar topics you want to see in the future. Really, we enjoy putting out these videos on a week-to-week basis, and we guarantee that the next time you drop by our channel, we have some more amazing content. And until that episode, guys, stay awesome.